minutes.
Welcome to Lunch Pail Hockey, boys. I think we should give a good guest welcome to our new best friend, Evan Volmrich.
Hello.
Do you want to say a little about yourself, where you're from, buddy? How you know us?
Yeah.
So,
Volmrich,
pretty
welcome
much,
yourself and your relation to the hockey community.
What is hockey?
Volmrich's our
Well,
representation for the upstate New York crowd, which is really lacking in our first couple recordings. So it's good to have that area of the country represented because we love upstate New York, don't we, fellas?
Home of the Junior Blades.
Here we go.
Hey, Volmy, what do you know about garbage plates?
Ooh, now I'm talking.
Bad for cholesterol, good for mental overall health.
There we go. Dude, I had one, what was it, a month ago?
Were you in Rochester?
I was in, my buddy, I went to...
You were in your buddy?
I went to a wedding, and my buddy was having some people over, and he made us some, and I'm like, good God.
He's from Rochester, though?
He's from his wife's from Rochester. He's from Erie.
Okay, yeah, dude. Garbage plates are fucking awesome.
How do you make a garbage plate at home? Though?
Yeah, talk about garbage plates.
Don't you need the meat that's just kind of left over from the grill? That's hard to harvest at home. You kind of need
You can grill that sauce,
everyone knows.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the best flavor comes from a dirty grill.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's up to you, man. You can do whatever you want. But you can do French fries with some chili or it's whatever you want, man. Garbage plate is to each his own. The world is your oyster. You can put oysters on it.
I love that.
You got to be careful because oysters are an aphrodisiac.
Nice.
So if you're at a sausage fest, you might want to take it easy on the oysters.
Are you a ketchup and mustard guy on your garbage plate?
Oh, absolutely, man. A little bit of mayo, a little bit of relish.
Whoa.
Relish.
Whoa.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
This he's going over the top.
Hey, just real quick, let me just chime in as far as hockey's concerned before I sign off here and hit the shower.
No, dude,
don't sign off. Dude, we'll keep talking food.
Well, my buddy's about to pick me up, but
okay. You going out?
Just a little bonfire,
I love
to hear it. I love to hear it.
Dude.
His uncle's gonna be there, so maybe I might get lucky. I don't know. Depends on how you look at it.
Jesus Christ.
It's like watching your mother-in-law drive off a cliff in a Cadillac. You got mixed feelings about it.
Do you?
But I just want to say, as far as I know,
Dad joke?
as far as I know, Pens are the best hockey team in the NHL, in the world.
Don't
Go Pens!
Yeah, there we go.
Go Pens, baby! Go Pens!
Oh my God, I love you, buddy. Don't be ashamed.
Love you guys. We'll have to do this again sometime. Go Pens!
For sure, Volmy. For sure, dude. Take it easy.
Bye, Volmy.
Yeah.
Anywho, all right.
So, do you
Let's
have
get going.
topics, or do we just want to go by series by series?
Well, I've got one topic I want to start with, and I figure we just get the bad note out of the way. Grant Miller.
Yes.
Thoughts? Bitches, gripes, complaints, and good notes moving forward. Give me your analysis moving forward, because it's not all bad there, And just for our big fans out there, we're talking about all the fans out there. We're talking about the Jackets versus the Lightning. So everyone understands. We're talking about the series.
We'll talk negatives first, because I do want to end on a positive. Negative is that the last game of the series is a game you blow a 2-goal lead in the third period. So anyway, season, we were talking kind of early before we recorded. You wanted to be playing tonight. I mean, you wanted there to be a game 6. There should have been. We were up 2 goals in the third period. If you can't close that out, you're not a playoff hockey team. You're not a serious contender. So that hurts. That part of it hurts. Now, bigger picture, was every game kind of greasy, and did we play with them every step of the way? Absolutely. I think we did. I think they had a really good showing. I'd feel worse about everything if the Lightning just blew the fucking doors off of us and, it was a blowout. It wasn't. It wasn't that type of series. So shout out to the boys for kind of grinding out and playing our style of hockey and making a series of it, even though it was 4-1. I think everyone who watched this games can see that it was close. We need some teeth on the offensive side of the rink. I mean, our power play wasn't great, and we don't really have anyone that can just take over a game offensively. So there's definitely a need to improve on that end, but even bigger picture, start of the series, and you tell me how this plays out, I probably take it because, I mean, as much as I love this organization, I love the core, I was very pessimistic going this year. I didn't know if this was a playoff team. We had to see it kind of come together. And it came together kind of late in December, January, February. And felt good. I really enjoyed this series or season as a whole. Every game I went to was a blast. I love this team. And I'm excited to see what the GM, Narmo, can do because I trust him. And with all those torches behind the bench, man, you're in every game. So it's a tough way to end it, but I'm still very excited to where this organization's going. We made the playoffs 4 years in a row, and I mean, my expectations is pretty low. It's 4 years in a row for what the team was before that. It's pretty amazing. So it happens.
I'll say this about the Jackets before, because I want to hear Mitch and Austin's opinion too before we go around the horn. But it's something that the Jackets, almost more than any other team, seem to rise to their competitor, rise to their occasion. Not to say that the Lightning outmatched them, but they play up to whatever game they're challenged to, almost more than any other team.
We saw that this season, in the regular season.
Because it's been happening year after year. They continue to play up to who they're playing against.
That was a bright spot in the regular season. Even when things might not have been looking that great, we would beat the Caps randomly on a Wednesday, and we're like, well, okay, we can do it. That
on the road.
Yeah, exactly. Then we'd lose 5-0 at Phoenix or something like that, and
right.
You get the dichotomy. It seems we do rise to that, and I think a lot of that is Tortorella. I mean, it's John, the way he gets those guys going. So. I'm excited for next year. My big grievance is that the puck's not going to drop in October. I got to wait till December to go to a game again. So,
well, I mean, take your wins. You got hockey in August right now. So,
true enough. It's very true.
That's a good point.
Very true.
Mitchell, can I hear your opinion?
Yeah, I think just like the Jackets, they're always they're like a blue collar, gritty ass team that. I think are very comparable to the Pens. I'm sorry, Grant, but
we're missing a couple generational talents.
In terms of just grittiness, I'm not talking about talent. I'm not talking about all those things, but
there's very similar coaching styles.
Very similar cities, similar mindset.
Yeah. Well, that's because Sully coached under Torts for all those years. I mean, you do see that. That's not a completely baseless.
It definitely bleeds through. That's not a coincidence.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But I always think I just think the Jackets are always all right, what if we did this, or what if we did that, or it could have been, should have been. They have really good series and really good spurts, but they just gotta fucking pull together. I think there's I think the coach is really good. I think there's a core nucleus that's really good there. But I'm with you, Grant. They need just a dominant scorer that can just take over a game and win you close games, literally the other day, where we would be talking about Jackets and Lightning games.
It sucks because we had that guy. We had that guy for 2 years.
I was about to say, just lost that guy.
Yeah, but shout out to the front office.
You've had that guy arguably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a testament to the front office to at least bring those guys in. I mean, the nature Rockies in the ends at a certain point. But you go back even to like Ryan Johansson, he was a dude that could take something over, and you move him to Seth, move him for Seth. I take Seth.
Fuck that guy first.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like when he was here, he was the dude, and then we make the move for Saad, and it's like, well, now we got a first liner, and then kind of same deal. You bring in Panarin, and you know, like Yarmo will figure something out. I mean, the team, it can't be exact roster going into next year. Maybe it will because of COVID and shit's weird. But like we're at a point where we kind of need to shake something up, and if that means moving one of these guys that we love, then that's happens. Like I'm not gonna be happy with it if it's certain guys. I'll say it. Like if we move Lewinsky, like I'm gonna be bummed out. I want him to be a Jacket for life, but I get it. If it's
Yeah, he almost came to Lumberjack. Gotta keep him.
Yeah. So it's tough, you know, but
Just
we're
for the
kind of getting
record,
that point.
Ryan Johansson and Matt Duchene deserve each other. Anyways, that's another note.
That's a good comparison.
Austin, thoughts on the Jackets?
Pretty much in agreement with what you guys said. I think that game 1 kind of set the tone for the entire series. I mean, 5 overtime periods, come on. That's pretty incredible. And so, like Grant said, the Jackets were there to play, even though, you know, they ultimately lost.
Also, can you talk a little bit about the in-arena experience of going to a game like Columbus?
I love Nationwide. Nationwide's great. It's a good arena. I will say that. Love
cannon, man.
The cannon.
Yeah.
Get drunk and get a picture with the cannon. Remember me and Grant were just like shoving little kids out of the way, like, oh, we gotta get a picture with the cannon.
You son of a bitch.
Coming here for you. You wait your turn.
Yeah. No, I enjoy seeing the Jackets in person. And where Nationwide is located, you just walk, you know, a few steps away towards our bar, and you're having a good time after the game or before the game.
I love our bar. Shout out to our bar.
Shout out to our bar.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, man. In my
times.
my young like 20-year-old career, I've had chances to move out of Columbus, and every time it's like I can walk to Jackets games, man. Is anything really better than that? And,
Nothing better than that. Nothing.
There's really nothing. It's you gotta take a look at a mirror at a certain point. There's other
Still will
reasons to
say
stick around, but
that's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt.
Shout out to Dorothy Grant, right?
Coach is doing all right, man.
That's exactly how I felt in Denver, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. I got a topic called the Eastern Conference. I know that's vague, but to dial it in to be more specific, coming into this round, the two heavy favorites out of the East were Philly and Tampa Bay. But I don't necessarily think that's true anymore. Grant, you touched on this on the phone with me yesterday. I think we got a new shooter. Out of Long Island area. I think the New York Islanders are legit. I think they can beat any team in the East.
Yeah, I agree. They're kind of my team that I'm rooting for from here on out, for better or for worse. I just something about the grittiness of the Islanders I do enjoy. I'll plug in my laptop while I talk here. But
Take your time.
yeah, I like the group of guys they have there. I think it's a team that like really enjoys playing together. If that makes sense. Like you can kind of see like we all witness teams with the opposite of that, where they're kind of looking fucking hate each other on the ice. I think the Islanders have so much continuity and chemistry that you see it, and I'll be rooting from here on out. I do think the Flyers are a tough matchup with them because I think the Flyers can kind of play that gritty game against them while still scoring goals, which I don't think Tampa can. I mean, like the Jackets tried to do that. Tampa's gotten better at being gritty. I mean, last year the Jackets swept them by just punching them in the mouth. They got better at playing along the boards and tightening it up. I think the Islanders do what the Jackets do better. Austin, are the matchups set now that the Flyers series is done? I should know better.
Well, we still have Blues Canucks tonight.
Well, that's in the West, is what I'm saying.
I'm
But
talking about the East.
for East, it should be?
Yeah.
Let me check.
They took a Capitals team that all in all, the Caps were supposed to win that series, in my opinion. And
I agree.
Oh, 100%.
The Islanders, man, they look strong. The Caps had the one push in game. What was it, 5?
I think it was 4. It was to stave off a sweep, and they came back. And
you're right. It was game 4 because the Islanders were up 3-0.
I want to say this as a guy that roots for a team in the Metro, and like, yeah, you go against the Pens. Like the Jackets don't win in Pittsburgh. It's a rivalry for me. You guys probably disagree. Flyers is always a fucking fight. The Islanders is always a fight. Even the Devils at times will like bring a pretty good game. If I know they won a cup a couple of years ago, and all the respect in the world to those guys. The Caps, like, has a team done less with as much as they had? And like, I know they won a cup, and my team, I'm lucky to live a day if the Jackets ever lift the cup. But like, I've never gone into a matchup with the Caps and been like, oh shit, we got a fucking game here. And I know they trounced us 4 straight in 2018. I get that, but like, what like. You guys don't like. I'm sorry. I'm grasping at straws here. This might sound dumb because they won a cup, and I get it, they have Ovi, but like, you gotta beat the Islanders. Last year they got bounced by the Canes. It's like, I don't know what the draw for the Caps are at this point. Like, what if you're the GM for the Caps? What do you do? What do you do?
Oh, sweet. All right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Thank
God they won the cup. Thank God they won the cup. Because if they did, this whole thing.
Every team, like it or not, long-term sustainability, that's hard to do in the NHL. You're not going to make the Red Wings 30-plus years in the playoffs. That was an anomaly. That's not going. That doesn't happen. Teams come and go and hit their stride. The Caps are in their prime. They're in their heyday. With Ovechkin and Backstrom and John Carlson and Braden Holtby, who's clearly on the downside.
I'll go back 12 years later.
They haven't
12 years where they had like Mike Green and they had like this team. Like they've always been like.
Exactly. They haven't capitalized like they're supposed to. At the end of the day, they haven't.
They're the Green Bay Packers of the NHL. They're the Green. Like we'll look back on the Green Bay Packers. Like they won a Super Bowl and they had a generational talent, but like. I don't know. I don't want to draw too much of comparison, but that's how they view them. And it sucks because it happened against the Jackets, and we had them 2-0. But like,
but we're seeing that with a lot of teams this year, and I don't know if it's because of COVID. I mean, the same thing happened with the Pens. Yeah,
but you guys had 3 cups. You guys went back to back.
Sure, but I'm talking about this year, and I mean, not to draw it out, but I mean, look what happened to the Flames. Who saw that?
That's a good transition.
So it's like these teams that we thought were going to just probably dominate. They're kind of not. Even before round 1, it was who would have thought the Canadians would beat the Pens? And now we're seeing that the Islanders kicked the shit out of the Caps. What's up?
I know you're in the West Wing of the building on the IT side, but I just want you to know the creative team really appreciates that transition right there.
Thank you.
Did you guys watch the game last night? Did you guys watch that Calgary-Dallas game?
I watched parts of it.
I watched to the second.
I was tuned out and like Trent. I know you're the Western Conference guy, but I was rooting for the Flames. I like Johnny Gaudreau. I kind of like that Flames team more than I like Dallas. Like I kind of actively root against Dallas for whatever reason. But holy shit, dude! Like
I want to get into that here.
You talk about a team that can flip the switch, like. It's insane. Like I don't know, and like I don't know why I root against him. I do kind of like Sagan, but like there's a part of the Dallas team where I kind of, it's weirdly mixed. Like I don't know if you guys ever feel the same way with like a team that has a lot of talent on the roster. You kind of want to see them fail for whatever reason. I don't know if that makes me a bad hockey fan, but it's like a kind of root. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
You root for the underdog.
Yeah, but like Calgary's not an underdog though.
Syndrome.
Yes, it's exactly that. And like Dallas, if Dallas was like Detroit, it'd be so much fun to root against them. But like it's Dallas, it's in the South. You're like whatever, like they sell out. It's probably a good vibe down there. But man, they just fucking turned it on last night. That was I don't know. Calgary's the Calgary's core is like pretty young. I mean, they probably need better defensemen, but like they'll still be around just because I think the Pacific's got a dog shit division. But Yeah, it's
That's the only reason they'll be around, if we're honest.
that's fine though. That's hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch San Jose and LA get amazing next year in the Pacific. It's just
Honestly,
like
I think San Jose is going to be on the down for a little bit. I think it's their turn to be on the
I
down.
think a lot
I think
of those
LA
teams
though.
are-
LA has done a nice job these last couple of years, kind of quietly acquiring the prospects and the draft picks, and doing what they need to do. They know they're in the dumpster. I wouldn't say they make the playoffs next year, but they're definitely a team that's going to be there soon.
Seattle
like the
will
New
be
York
out there
Rangers.
too.
Oh yeah.
We don't
Who's
know
that?
what that'll look. Seattle will be in there too in a couple years. We don't know what that'll turn into.
Good
they might
point.
be dog shit. Yeah,
I mean, look what happened when the Knights came into the scene.
Yeah, the
May not-
Knights were like well ran. Like I don't know if Seattle's gonna be. It's weird. Like Vegas is the aberration of expansion teams having their shit together. And I say
Yeah.
it's a different expansion team, so like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I want to get into tonight's game with Vancouver.
Wait a second. You didn't give me a chance to talk.
Yeah, we gotta get mission here.
What do you guys think about Barry Trotz? Right? I mean, he just beat the shit out of the Caps.
Pretty tight. It's pretty tight, isn't it?
Barry Trotz is a good coach.
Like, why did the Caps let him go?
They were too cheap. They knew
Yeah.
they knew he had to like get a payday for winning the cup, and they're just like, "We're good. You did it. Get out of here." Because I remember they won the cup, and everyone's like, "This is still a good deal. This is smart financially." And then he goes just like up the street a little bit.
Yeah.
How do they feel about that now?
You can't feel good about it.
No, you definitely not. Definitely
No.
not.
He just beat the hell out of you guys.
I encourage anyone to go rewatch the old HBO 24/7s when like the Caps were on there, and it was Bruce Boudreau.
Oh,
Hey, dude, we watched that at my house. Dude, that was fucking great.
If you need to understand, and we'll go back to what we just talked about, like the Caps not really have their shit together, and it's just some guy in like ill-fitting jeans meeting with the GM after they lost like a game in the third period, and he's just like, "Thought we had it." I don't know what to tell you. I thought we had it, and then knowing who Barry Trotz is, it's like, oh, this makes sense that they would win the cup
Yeah.
here. Like,
Jeez.
there's a scene where he couldn't figure out how to use the toaster. Like if you're the comms director for the Caps, you have to go up to HBO and be like, dude, we gotta cut that. Like we can't have people thinking that our coach can't figure out how to really do a thing with toast.
Yeah, that's a bad look. It's a bad look.
So, rewatch the one with Toronto too if you get a chance and just see how bad Babcock was.
that was with James Van Riemsdyk on that team.
Probably. It's when they were young, dude. It was 2016. Like, all those kids were young.
I remember that team.
Yeah. It was a fun team.
All right.
It was a fun team.
So let's move west. And let's talk about tonight's matchup.
Well, Vancouver's up a goal right now.
Who just scored? I didn't even see it.
I didn't see it either. I just turned the game on, but they're up one. I don't know who.
Okay.
Beagle is our guy, dude.
Beagle.
Winner of the series gets the Vegas Golden Knights. I think either of these teams could give them a press, I think. Vancouver's solid. I think Vancouver ends up winning this thing out, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the series, I wouldn't have thought so. I thought the Blues would have had them for sure, but I mean,
No.
obviously
I got
not.
two
I
parts
think,
here. Who's Vancouver
Yeah.
beating the
Real
play?
quick, I gotta make one comment about Mitchell. Mitch and I both have been big Moose Knuck fans for a long time, so
100% Moose Knucks fan.
Vancouver
Grant Miller,
bounced
go ahead.
this up. I got the end all be all for why we, certainly me, hopefully you guys are rooting for the Vancouver Canucks, and that's our close personal friend JT Miller plays for. So, when the Jackets aren't in the playoffs, I root for whoever JT plays for. I want JT to lift the cup. So that's it for me. I know I just said I was rooting for the Islanders, maybe the East, but yeah, I want JT to lift the cup. So
Fair
that's-
point. Shout out to JT Miller.
Yeah. Close personal friend to the pod.
he's a big supporter of the pod. We'll have to have him on here. You know?
That would
That's
be
all it is,
fantastic. That would
dude.
be fantastic.
100%. He'd love
Doesn't
it.
have him on the time. Yeah, he would.
Good.
There was actually Vancouver, like the Canucks Twitter page did like a mic'd up with like JT like before they even played the Wild, like when it was like that practice time before the bubble, and like just that hockey humor, and he's just like, yeah, I made a run at Biebs and he didn't like it. It's like, it's like, oh man, JT. And then all the comments under that, because it's like Canadian fans are like, JT needs to wear the C next year. Like JT's a born leader. And it's just him cracking jokes.
That's funny.
Is he was
Mitch, you got any comments on the Vancouver series?
JT he was a good guy. I don't think I was on campus when he was here. Was he a good guy?
My sophomore year, like you were still around. He was around.
I just might have not. I don't think I was on campus when he was there.
You
I might have been
100% were. I'm telling you, I was very young, so that means you were around, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not doubting that I was at Worcester there. I'm just saying that I might have been off campus doing something else. Yeah.
My bad.
You know what? Blues had their fun last year. I think I'm with Grant, and I think JT Miller.
Ohio guy, dude. I mean,
he's a great guy. It sounds like he's a great guy. He's helped the Sigs out, and
man, I've got a follow-up question for Mitch. Mitchell. Mitchell, how many Tito's deep are you?
Dude, I mean, at least however many this fills up.
Hold on, is your wife from Alabama or something?
She is, 100%.
Okay, I was that A with the mullet, dude. I didn't expect to see that.
She's from Montgomery, Alabama. Why? Can you tell, Trent? Am I slurring my words?
No, I was just curious. All right, so my next topic is, you guys know what the chalk is? Grant might know what the chalk is in terms of horse racing. The chalk.
Yes.
It's when the favorites emerge. Vegas odds put forth 4 teams at the beginning of this tournament, and it just like the favorites continue to win in this tournament, which is kind of is that just a coincidence? Usually the Stanley Cup playoffs are like, for example, last year every wild card team won in the first round. First time that's ever happened. And then you got this year when it's like the favorites are just dominating. How does that happen? You know, like the flip.
I think COVID, man. Honestly, like I think it's just like just a new season. These like how many months have we been out? Like what? Since March. So, you know, you got April, May, June, July. That's 3 months just like recoup from injuries, you know, get prepped up mentally and you know, physically, and I don't know, man. I think it's
but they didn't have that much time for training camp, did they?
No.
So they spent a lot of time like away from each other. So
on their own.
It's been a fairly mixed bag, I feel. I mean,
I don't think it's.
Like we just talked about the Islanders.
Right.
We're talking about the Canucks right now. I mean, it's played out how I thought. I don't know. I wish the Canes would have made it. Like I don't like seeing Boston still around. But
yeah,
it's more chalk.
All right, so
I think maybe the well, I don't know actually. That's probably not true.
Here's
what are the
the
seeds left in the East? The seeds left in the East. What are the numbers?
It's top 4 except for the Islanders.
Right, that's my point.
Yeah,
and then
you're right.
The West, it's top 3 plus whoever's going to win Vancouver or St. Louis. Which if
St. Louis is a 4, yeah. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know the West went out like that. Here's the take. Here's the take. All the non-top 4 teams had to play a playoff series beforehand, so they got a little more mileage on the tires. That's my take.
There's something to be said about that.
Yeah.
But as they should have, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but also think about if the Pens make it to this round, maybe the Pens are more of a challenge to the Flyers. Like there's a lot of upsets early, because of
true.
the nature of like the 5-game series. Like I'll say, maybe the Leafs upset the Lightning. Like I don't know.
And at the end of the day, like the NHL had to figure something out. And again, I know we talked about this last episode, but kudos to the NHL for figuring something out because it's been so entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been like the March Madness, man. Like every day,
it's been a lot of
it's
fun.
so
It's
entertaining.
been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
better than
It
whatever
is.
the fuck baseball's been doing.
Yeah, baseball's.
All right.
Hey, well,
So I want to get into. Oh, sorry.
sorry. Well, I have a question for you, Trent. Not to get off topic or anything,
Sure.
but seeing how the Stars play, are you scared at all? Are they giving you
No,
some
man.
little fright?
No, the
No.
answer is no because the Avs are absolutely like destroying teams.
True.
I'll answer that for my friend Trent. That's why the answer.
Thanks, Grant.
Except,
I'm going to try to be as neutral as a
Don't
host
be
here.
neutral. We're not neutral.
All right, here's the deal. We're
Yeah, let it
absolutely
fucking
on
rip.
fire right now, and my next topic of discussion actually is going to be the Avs power play, how it looks like a video game. But yeah, no, we're scoring touchdowns for goals. You know, we're putting up 14 goals in 2 games, and on top of that, our defense is playing insane. And that even goes before the series with Phoenix. You know, it's like
True.
it's been pretty consistent. So we had the one loss in overtime to Vegas. I think if we meet up with them, that's going to be a hell of a series. I hope we do. Again, I'm not a guy to like count any team off. So obviously every series is different. I think Dallas is going to be a different series. I don't think we're going to blow them out of the water 7-1 like we did Phoenix a couple games in a row there.
Arizona.
But I
should
also-
refer to them properly.
I think we're the better team. We can go ahead and get into that if you want. Dallas versus Colorado. I think Colorado's the better team. Even if I wasn't a biased fan, I think they're the better team.
I want a quick
My opinion.
obituary
I agree.
for the Yotes. I don't know what to
Quick
make of this.
obituary.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this Arizona Coyotes team, but I enjoy watching them. And as a guy that stays up late to watch, West Coast hockey, that's all I can ask for. I almost kind of want to see them run it back. I want a full season of Kessel and Hall, just to see what it looks like. I don't know if it wins you games out there because like the West, especially the Pacific, is such a grind. Like you got to go against teams like not that LA and Anaheim are good, but they want to like muck it up. So it's interesting watching a team kind of play the Eastern Conference style out there in the Pacific. And I don't know. I got a soft spot in my heart for the Arizona Coyotes this evening.
I'll say this about Phoenix, man. They've got some talent, and we talked about that before the series started. Clayton Keller, Taylor Hall, obviously, Phil Kessel,
defenseman? I'm too drunk to pronounce their defense.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Love him.
Ekman Larson was on the ice the entire series, I felt like. But
He's there like
yeah, they're just not there yet.
Like he's yeah, exactly.
They're just not there yet. And, which is fine. Every team, that was the Avs, dude, 2015, 16, they were making the playoffs, but you knew, like, as a fan, it's like, all right, I'm just happy to be here. If we win some games, that's sweet, and that's cool.
And they did.
And that's where they're at.
They got out of the qualifying round. I mean,
Right.
It's not that much different than the Jackets, where it's like, God bless these guys for putting it together. The difference is they have Taylor Hall and Phil Kessel, and we're kind of going for it before the COVID shut down. That's kind of the part. If it's a normal season, you want them to really just take off, which they might have. I don't know, but I think the restart hurt them more than something. I don't know. They might have needed to get healthy. I'm not really sure. I'm not privy to their situation.
The series confirmed one thing for me as an Avs fan, and I think it's Taylor Hall's last game as a Phoenix Coyote, in my opinion. But I do not want him in an Avs uniform. I don't want him. I don't want him.
He's got to end up somewhere where it's like the last.
He's going to end up somewhere, and he's probably going to get paid well. He's going to get paid very well. But
as he should.
I don't want him.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. We can
Be right back.
speculate later. Here, we'll keep writing this into obituaries. Quick one on the Chicago Blackhawks. I was actually really rooting for them to get through that series with Vegas, just because like my roommate's a Blackhawks fan. I do kind of root for them, weirdly enough. Like I don't know.
I do
think,
too. I do too. It's weird, and I'm in the Central. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
We shouldn't like if you're like, oh, I
We
don't want to
shouldn't.
root for the favorites, but I do think there's
Right.
this is a hack take. This is a hack take, but I do think there is something to be said about like the NHL is in a better spot when teams like Chicago are doing well because
I agree.
it's appointment television, and when they just that that Oilers series was. I stayed up that late. It was 10:30 every fucking night. It didn't need to be. But I was up
It was
every
a
night
good
watching it.
series.
Oh my god! And then the Vegas series wasn't bad
How
either.
disappointing! How disappointing are the Oilers? Different episode. I don't
Different
want to get into
setup.
it, but they're so disappointing. Yeah.
You imagine?
Different episode. Let's talk about Chicago. Different episode.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of you could insert each topic for each organization. It's like they need defensive guys. The problem with Chicago is that window's closing very quickly. Like Edmonton will still get around. Chicago, I don't know. It's in a tough spot because you just like, do you go for it? I don't know. I don't know what going
What's
for.
to go for? I don't know.
You bring in like a high priced goalie and you'd say you're gonna shore up the blue line. Like that's what going for them is.
How much can you shore things up with the assets that they have? Because that requires a trade.
Yeah, you can.
Right.
I mean, you're.
I mean, what do you trade? What are you gonna trade, Brent Seabrook?
No, you DeBrink it. And then, like I don't know. Yeah,
but DeBrink is one of your main assets. Like
I know,
he's
but
gone.
like, listen. You can't move if you're and Stan Bauman dug himself his own grave with the Seabrook deal. We know it.
Years ago, I called this.
And it's the curse of expectations because it's like we're bitching about a team that won 3 cups, but it's like that's the modern NHL. If you're not doing it, and like our boys that are Pens fans, that I don't know what's going on right now technically, but they won 3 cups, 2 very recently, back to back. But like you expect your teams to constantly be around, but at a certain point, it just doesn't happen.
Right.
And I think both the Pens and the Hawks are kind of in that situation. I think the Pens' future is probably a little brighter, but I don't know. I
agree.
I agree. I like it going. You and I, we've both been to games at the United Center. It's a good time. It's a good city. They fucking love their hockey there in Chicago.
Well, the only game at the United Center I've been to is the Frozen Four,
which was a great time. It's a great time.
Great time. All right, I want to get into your thoughts on the series that starts tomorrow between the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars.
Give me the Avs, baby. I mean, I can't wait to watch that because that's a distinct matchup of a team I love in the Avs and a team that I really would love to see fall on their face in the Stars. Yeah, you got it, buddy. We just talked about it earlier.
And I share the love for the Blue Jackets. You know,
of course, man. That's why we're boys. It's kind of we talked about it earlier. You see these teams that are like built up to be. It's one.
I gotta pause you for 1 second.
Cup.
I want you to know that every time the Jackets score, I'm like out of my seat, like yeah, like
I
there.
That means a lot.
The passion is there.
Well, when the Avs score, I just hear your voice in the background. Avs scored. Let's celebrate. So,
let's celebrate. Yeah.
It's guess what, everybody? Avs scored. It's similar to that, and we talked about there's something to be said. I can keep expanding on this because I am very intrigued by it. We just talked about a couple organizations in the Blackhawks and Pens that have done it. They've gotten to the top of the mountain, and like I fucking hate the Pens, but I get it. And I don't hate the Blackhawks, but we just talked about it. Teams that are built up to be juggernauts without proving anything, like the Leafs. I'll even throw Tampa in there.
Right.
Dallas isn't quite there because they haven't really had they're not winning like the President's Trophy or anything, but like they still have talent. They have an insane amount of talent.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to root for the Avs 100 days out of 100. It's something, and like, I don't hate Sagan, but like together, that crew, there's something about it that's just very unlikable for me.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm
Boys, we're talking about tomorrow's matchup.
I think my
Oh, you're
dog.
good. We're talking about predictions. Hey, what's up,
Oh,
bud?
no!
We're talking predictions tomorrow's starting of the series between the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars. Grant's kicking us off. We're going to go to Mitchell Zerniak next. So, Mitchell, be prepared. Grant?
Yeah, no, we just kind of we had a nice little soliloquy between you and I there. I think the Avs. I mean, at this point in the playoffs, I don't think that any series is like easy. But if the Avs don't close this out within 6 games, I'd be surprised. And they'll I don't know how you feel about like the rest versus rust thing. I mean, no one's hotter right now than the Stars. Like that, we'll acknowledge that. We should acknowledge that. Like the Stars.
I disagree.
Well, I'm saying after that fucking win against the Flames last night, like they're feeling good about themselves.
They're hot. The Avs have scored 14 goals in 2 games.
Okay, but when was the last time the Avs played a game?
They even needed to.
I know that, but just rap with me real quick. You understand where I'm coming from?
Because they're that good.
Okay. You know what I'm saying, and I know it's baseball. When Rocktober was going on, and they ran into the Sox because they were sweeping all the teams. You know, I think if the Avs come out and just dominate the game one, then like we'll know what we're looking at. But the Stars got the firepower to like put up some goals. Like I do think the Avs are going to do it. But we're at that point in the playoffs where it's like you can talk yourself into any matchup. Like you're at that point where it's like, well, these teams are fucking tough. There's no easy matchup.
Yes. And before we move to Mitch, I think that maybe inspires him a little bit. But Grant's absolutely right. We're at that point. You're at that point in the playoffs where trying to predict this shit is like digging through the trash and trying to predict what you're going to come out with. You know, it's
Exactly.
like, you know, it is. I don't care how hot a team is. I don't care how good a team is. I don't care what they did in the regular season. If you're at this point, you're obviously here for a reason, and you can win the thing. So with the
Avs are a little different because I think we all want to. Hold on, let me just say this real quick. Sorry. I know with the Avs is different because we have a rooting interest. I think we want to root for the Avs collectively. But all the other series, I'm kind of at a point where I just want to see it play out, and I'm ready to enjoy it. I don't really have, aside from JT, but in like this regular season was so long ago, these are all different teams. So it's just kind of like, it's just in front of us. Let's enjoy it. Let's have a couple beers.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Well said.
Cheers to
Mitchell.
that, Grant.
Yeah. Whoa, Natty Daddy.
Yeah, you know, cheap.
I was not expecting that.
It's cheap,
Mitchell.
but powerful.
Mitchell.
Grant's just taking it back.
Yeah, so 1,000% everyone's if you put money on this series, like Avs are obviously the go-to, but I'm gonna give you 3 things to that the Stars are going to they have to do to stop the Avs. First one is to slow everything down. Like the Avs are way too fucking fast. They are they are 100% the fastest team that's left. The fastest team in the NHL. They are so fast. McKinnon is legendary. Makar is so fucking good. They're gonna have to figure out. Second thing, they're gonna have to figure out how to stop McKinnon. Right? He's, in my opinion, having an MVP year, especially now that we've started the playoff series. And then 3, just being able to match the depth that Colorado has. I mean, Colorado is just like, I'm hyping you up, Trent. I know, God damn it, but it's just like they're gonna have to.
I'm just sitting here.
They're gonna have to slow down. They're gonna have to match their depth, and they're gonna have to really do a very good job of stopping McKinnon. and I think ultimately that's way too hard of a challenge for the Stars. I mean, watching the Stars the past couple games, I think they're okay. They can win maybe one or two games, but I think it's a 4-2 Avs moving on. So
It's an interesting note. I think obviously, yeah, with the Avs, the speed is hard to match, and I'm going to try to sound as neutral as possible as I can here. The speed is The speed is extremely difficult to match. Just being completely honest, it's an absurd rate of, and if you get them on the power play, you're just shooting yourself in the foot because they're going to score. I mean, it's not a matter of
Must be nice.
or it's not a matter of
nice.
like it's just. I said that wrong. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Like, they are going to score if you put them on the power play. So you have to stay out of the penalty box if you're Dallas. Like Mitch said, you have to try to slow them down. How? That's a great question. You could go to the 1-3-1. I don't necessarily believe that's going to work against them. We'll see how that happens. I don't think their forward depth matches up.
Do the Stars run the trap?
No. And in fact, what plays into the Avs' favor is the Dallas Stars love to run like a run and gun, hair on fire hockey. When you start to play fire wagon hockey with the Avs, that's when you lose against the Avs.
That's why that Flame
That's when you get
Stars
7 goals
series
put
is
up on
fun. Yeah, 100%.
Right.
100%.
So which is what I love about this matchup is Dallas Stars love fire wagon hockey. And so I'm sitting here as an Avs fan like, fuck yeah, baby, let's play with fire wagon hockey. We're gonna out fire wagon your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Love a good wagon.
I love a good fire wagon. But I'll say something about the Dallas Stars that I said all year too. I think they have the best blue line in the league. Now, granted, stats probably don't support. But in terms of, bro, they let up, I'm pretty sure, the least amount of goals in the Western Conference in regular season.
I believe you. You really gotta know that. That just,
But
I mean,
their blue line is solid. You got Klingberg, obviously. You got the Heiskanen kid. They seem to stagnate people that shouldn't be stagnated. If that makes sense.
I think.
Austin, what are your thoughts?
Hold on, real quick. Sorry, let me chime in real quick. I think it's just like very interesting. This last game when they put up 7 fucking goals on the Flames, they were down 3-1. I mean, like.
Oh yeah.
And then they put up 5 goals in the second period. Like,
you can't count them out. You can't count them out.
You can't count this team out until they,
They got so many hateable guys on this team.
I know. Fuck Corey Perry, Tyler Seguin. Fuck those guys. Corey Perry.
I like Seguin. Fuck Corey Perry, though. Yeah. I'll say this about Corey Perry.
Corey fucking Perry's on this team, boys.
Cincinnati mighty Duck legend Corey Perry.
Is it the Dallas Stars year, though, man? I mean, shit.
No, like, they're going to run into the Avs.
When are they going to figure it out? Like, you think, like, this team. All right. Trent, me and you even had this conversation. Where,
you want to talk about, like, you want to pick out somebody's year. Whose year is it, Mitch?
I'm not saying it's not the Avs year. I'm just saying, like, is it finally the Dallas Stars year? That's the question.
Probably not.
That's a good question. I want Austin Carr to answer it.
Is it the Dallas Stars year? I'm gonna say probably not, but I feel like they're gonna give the Avs a good fight. I think probably the Avs will come out on top. But I think the Dallas Stars will be able to put up a fight, like you guys touched on. You can't count them out, even if they're down by 3. They're still going to fight. And yeah, I mean, they definitely have to stay disciplined to not give that crazy power play the chance to just light them up. But I think it's going to be a good series. I think Game 1 will be very telling how good of a series it'll be. So that's going to be real interesting tomorrow. But probably going to be the Avs.
It's definitely one of those series where it's like Game 1 just on the top.
Yeah.
Like if Dallas comes on their front foot and puts like 2 goals in early, oh, buddy, like,
Right.
watch out. But
Yeah.
like, if it turns into just like McKinnon and Kale, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like, but I can also see like the reverse that happens. Like, I'm very excited for this matchup.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun series to watch. I think it'll be good.
For sure.
I could totally see Dallas coming out and scoring first. I really could. Because Dallas is definitely a different team than Phoenix. But I could also see the Avs not giving a fuck and going back and scoring 5 goals.
Well, I can
True,
also
yeah.
see like Dallas taking a dumb penalty early, and then like the
Right.
Avs, like like I can see
I can
that
see that
happen.
too.
Yeah, like that's kind of where I think the series. Like I don't want to get super fucking ahead of myself and be like Dallas is undisciplined, but like they probably are. Like I don't know. Yeah.
Well, what we haven't seen out of an Avs series yet is the nastiness of a couple other series. There hasn't been any nastiness really to the Avs series just because it's been so much like skill and speed, and they've just been scoring.
I will say this: I am very disappointed in like the makeup of the playoffs because like if you go back to the qualifying rounds, like how much fun those were, and it was like every team was fighting for their playoff lives, and like the round robins were like noticeably kind of relaxed. I was kind of hoping for all the like we talked about this earlier, like the chalk. I was kind of hoping for all the qualifying teams to just like run through these round robin teams because they just like couldn't keep up, and that hasn't happened. It kind of bummed me out a little bit because I wanted the Canadians to just absolutely.
And I think we touched on that in
That
our
would've been
last
awesome.
episode.
I know, yeah.
We touched on that last episode. It was like, was the lack of intensity in the round robin going to play a factor? And clearly it has not.
Yeah.
Shout out to those teams for being well coached and the guys to buy into it. Like it's great to see guys buy in.
I think this Avs Stars team, this Avs Stars series is going to see some nastiness, probably more so than we've seen in the Western Conference playoffs.
Trent, do you have any more topics lined up? Because I kind of got a hypothetical GM that I know you'd be interested in.
Oh, and now to our corner. After we're going to take a 3-minute commercial break after Trent fills up his drink, and then we're going to come back to hypothetical GM with Grant Miller.
All right, we'll do a little hypothetical GM to round it out, and then maybe I would really like to. We can work through this in next episodes, but this has more of a postseason vibe. But I would love for like a Trent story time about your time coaching like youth hockey.
Yes, absolutely.
I've got a lot of stories.
Yeah, I just
a lot of stories.
wanted to put that in your ear a little bit.
You want to talk about on ice or off ice?
Both, man. Like
Yes.
I think, without like stepping over anyone's toes, but I think it'd be really funny just to be like, yeah, that reminds me of one time when we were in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Dude, I got stories for days.
I know you do. I think that's why it'd be fun.
Appropriate and inappropriate.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's go hypothetical GM with Grant Miller, and then we'll wrap it up with final thoughts. Unless y'all don't want to wrap it up, we don't have to wrap it up.
We should wrap up the recording.
Yeah, we can wrap up the official business and then.
But I'd like to watch the end of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
It's still pretty early.
Wait, we're not doing gambling with Mitch?
We should do that. No, we should do gambling.
All right, we got 2 segments left before final thoughts. We're going hypothetical GM with Grant Miller. Then we're going gambling with Mitch in the corner, and then we're going this week's life tips from Austin Cara, and then we're gonna wrap it up with final thoughts with your boy Trent.
That's awesome.
Grant.
All right.
Let's
All
do
right, so I got one that's kind of off the wall, and I got one that's a little more constructive. Werenski for Kale McCarr.
Who are you asking?
I'm asking you. I'm asking the Avs fan. Okay, all right. Is there any way I can get Ian Cole back?
I miss Ian
No.
Cole. I miss Ian Cole.
No?
Okay.
I miss Ian Cole too.
I miss him on the Pens,
Everybody,
dude.
you know when everyone misses Ian Cole? Can anyone answer the blank? It's the playoffs. 'Cause
Yeah.
Ian
Yes.
Cole
Yes.
Absolutely.
here in the regular season is so like, he's older. He's, we might be paying him too much. And then the playoffs come around, you're like, oh my God, this guy's an animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I miss that.
There's guys that had Ian Cole on their team. And this, we've all had Ian Cole. He's very good.
Ian Cole is very good. He's our third line defenseman.
We said it. We said it here. Ian Cole's good at hockey.
Do what?
We said Ian Cole good at hockey. We figured that out.
Yeah, good at hockey. Any other hypotheticals?
Yeah. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. We have an names right here. Fuck.
In the meantime, Mitch, while you were gone, I spilled my drink on my shirt. So.
You really wouldn't take Werenski for Kale?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you take Jones if I gave you Seth?
Oof. Oof.
I probably don't do this trade, but I'm just interested. What about Zach for Lindholm?
Who?
Anton Lindholm?
Anton, that's not the Avs. Who are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know.
Anton Lindholm out of like the Carolina?
I don't know. He's on the fucking Avs hockey reference. So. Is he no longer with the? Oh, I look like a fucking hat. Awesome.
Dude, Anton Lindholm. No, you're talking about like our AHL 7th defenseman. Like,
oh yeah, then I don't want to trade for him.
Grant's been drinking. Everyone who's listening.
I confused him with the guy from Carolina, thinking that he was on the Avs for some reason.
Yeah, I thought that's who you meant, and that's why I said Carolina. But
well, we need to find a Canes fan and get them in here so I can throw out.
You know what's funny? The Canes social media is like best friends with the Avs social media. Like they always like dap each other up. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I like the Canes. The Canes and the Islanders, as far as like division opponents, I don't hate
them. Any other hypotheticals,
no,
Grant?
I'm done.
You just want Cale Makar on the Jackets.
Yeah, I love that. But I'd turn him into a center somehow. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, do you just want
It wouldn't work.
Wenberg? Can I get Wenberg for Jost?
Sure. I'll take that trade all day. Deal? Actually?
No.
How about Jost and a draft pick for Wenberg?
No. You take Shoresy. You can take Shore. And
you just offered me Wenberg for Jost.
Yeah, and that wasn't a smart trade on my part. I need some offensive teeth. And here's the problem: is the Avs aren't a good trade partner for that. Because no one that can score goals you're going to trade. So I need to make a deal with someone like Anna. Well, I don't know. I gotta go. Let me get to the fucking spreadsheets because we gotta get someone to fix this power play.
Well, Grant, hey, this is hypothetical GM with Grant, so
I'll do better next time. I liked. We started out pretty good on that, and then it ended poorly because I had to think critically. I like where we're at.
You don't have to just trade for the Blue Jackets. Remember that.
I know that. Yeah, I'm familiar. That's one of you and I's best skits. Yeah, well, I was thinking about Kale, dude. I was just thinking about Kale. Kale, and I have been big Kale guys since his junior days. It's been tight. It's good to see a kid grow up in front of us.
Hypothetical GM, where does Taylor Hall end up?
Again,
it's got to be a team who can afford him.
Yeah, and I have a cap friendly here.
You know what's scary? I still have $18 million in cap space.
18, you can do a lot of 18 million.
Jesus.
Yeah, well, it's also got to be a team that wants to win. I mean, the Coyotes have a lot of money on the books, so they're gonna have to unload other people. I don't know. The teams that have cap space are teams that aren't good. I don't. You know what's gonna happen is the Rangers got the first pick. I don't know. Minnesota's gonna overpay. We don't need to overthink this. Who overpays for guys like him? Minnesota. That's what.
Can Minnesota afford him?
Yeah, they got like $5 million. Like they're gonna dump more space.
Who are they gonna dump?
Let me tell you their expiring deals. No, like that's the play. Yeah, dude, they'll get rid of Galchenyuk's coming off the books. Koivu's coming off the books. That's $10 million right there.
It's gonna take a good percentage of that 10 mil to bring him in.
You're not wrong, but then they can deal Stahl. They can deal Eric Stahl. There's $4 million.
What's the Red Wings cap like? Anthony Mantha.
It's not that great. It's not that great actually, considering they
considering how bad. Yeah, so you
they-
talked earlier about how good hockey is with certain teams. Hockey's better when the Red Wings are good. I'm an Avs fan. That pains me to say
that
it, but
really
it is.
pains you to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, Gagne books, that's 2.8. It's the problem. Like, I mean, they're still paying Abdelkader 4.2 a year.
Abdelkader, dude. Like, what?
I don't hate him. 4.2.
I don't hate him, but why are you paying him $4.2 million?
Jonathan Erickson can come off the books if they're not paying him. That's 4.2. Trevor Daly's coming off the books after this year. That's 3.1. I mean, there's Jimmy Howard, $4 billion. I can't imagine he's coming back. So I mean, there is.
No, he's not. Trevor Daly has value. I would keep him.
I mean, you're still paying Zetterberg $6 million. Like, that's not going anywhere. You're still paying fucking I'm gonna butcher this name, DeKaiser. You're still paying him. You're
paying Danny DeKaiser. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. You're paying him $5 million. You're paying Mike Green $3 million still. Like, those add up. Red
Wings haven't done the best job.
Can anyone make it work if you're Stevie Yzerman? Yeah. He'll make it work.
Well, look what he did with the Lightning.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like it's not gonna be next year, but it'll be soon. But I fucking hate the Red Wings as a Jackets fan.
Hypothetical GM with Grant in this week's episode. Saluting off. Now over to our eastern corner in the Kiski School is our hometown gambling, betta, Mitchell Zerniak with the bets. Mitchell, how am I gambling this week?
Boys, did we figure out what the East matchups look like?
Awesome.
Let me check if. Let me see.
Well, I can't confirm one matchup in the West.
I know you can.
He said East, though.
That's the only one scheduled, though.
Mitch's defense, he said the East.
He did. The only one scheduled, though, Grant, is the one in the West. So
yeah, I'm not seeing anything scheduled.
I know, but we can think about it critically. Who are the teams that are coming through? The Islanders?
The Islanders, Flyers,
the Bruins,
Lightning, and the Bruins.
Okay,
I think Islanders, Flyers.
Let's double check.
Okay.
I think that's one. Let me see.
Hold on. Let's do a little homework here.
Lightning,
All
Bruins.
right.
It's Flyers, Islanders, Lightning, Bruins.
Avs, Dallas, and then Vegas via Blues or Nucks.
Yes. Most Nucks, yes.
Okay. So, parlay, right? We're thinking parlays here.
Talk to the crowd, Mitchell. Tell me what we're doing. How are we winning money?
Here we go. We are going. If we're going Boston Lightning, we're going Bruins. Bruins winning that game. Isles Flyers, we're definitely going Isles. And then we are going Nucks over Vegas or Blues, whoever. Blues or Nucks.
All right, I have it. Islanders are playing the Flyers. Bruins are playing the Lightning.
Yeah.
And we are going Avs over Dallas game 1. So we're going Bruins, Isles, Avs, and then we are going either Blues or Nucks over Vegas.
What about the series? Do your game 1 picks reflect the series picks or no?
1,000% no.
All right. Talk to me about your series picks.
Okay, so we're talking about series picks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gambling with Mitch.
All right, series picks. Here we go. We are going Bruins, Flyers, Vegas,
Way back.
and Avs. Bruins, Flyers, Avs, Vegas. Makes sense.
And honestly, I would have been shocked if you picked. I feel like you're just fucking with me. I would have been shocked if you picked otherwise because you've been so high on them.
I know. I was just fucking with you. I'm like.
It's 2-0 Nucks, by the way.
If the Avs don't come out of the Western Conference, Trent, like I would be very. It would be very surprising.
Whoa, we'll get there. Hang on. We got beat
I'm
down.
gonna knock on wood for you right now.
Hey.
And
hey, speaking of, can I text you about those picks and we put some in?
Yes.
That's fine. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Moving
what do
on
you guys
from.
think? What do you think? I'm up for critiques.
Rollback. What differed from your game 1 picks to the series picks?
The only difference, two differences. So game 1 picks, I picked the Bruins and the Islanders in the East, and then I picked I picked the Blues or Nucks and the Avs. Difference between series was just instead of the Islanders, I picked the Flyers, and then instead of the Blues or Nucks, I picked the Vegas. I picked the Knights to win the series. So, yeah.
So you have the Flyers winning the series.
I think the Islanders are going to get it. Maybe.
Man, that is a battle. Oh man. Here's the thing with the Islanders, and Grant made a good point earlier, and he's gone. They play a similar style, and at the same time, while they play a similar style, the Flyers score, the Islanders don't. So I'd be surprised if the Islanders pulled this one out. I think they're a solid team.
Yeah.
I think I think they're top 3. I think they're better than probably. Well, I think Tampa comes out of that Boston series. I think they're probably top 3. I think they're better than Boston.
I agree. Yeah.
But I don't think they're good enough to beat the Flyers. I think the Flyers are going to score goals while they play the same game.
Yep.
It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. But I don't know. Maybe Barry Trotz will figure something out.
Yeah,
Barry Trotz. And then what about on the west side?
I like the pick early on either Nucks or Blues game 1 over the Knights, but I'm glad you didn't take either of those teams over the Knights in the series.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm good. I'm good with all that.
I would kind of like to see the Canucks upset them.
Welcome back, Grant. Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
we're talking about betting. We're not talking about preferences.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of overvaluing the Canucks because of how hot they are. But
Grant, I'm gonna need your head to come up in the screen about 6 inches.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I think like here we go. Like betting, yeah, I guess the Knights are the smart bet, but like there's something special about this Canucks team. I don't know when you see it. And
I know. I'm with you.
They're up 2-0 right now.
Yeah, like there's something.
All right. Pause. Okay. You don't just sling out the word something special about a team. It better be damn. It better be damn. You know what's special? 8 seed Los Angeles Kings 2010. That was special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're up 2 goals on the defending cup champs right now, and they got a generational
Who
talent.
look okay? Who look okay?
That's
look
bubble
okay.
hockey. That's bubble hockey. That's they're beating the team in front of them. I stand by what I said.
What was, you know what was special, and you're going to absolutely hate this, Grant, is 18-year-old Sidney Crosby coming in first year at Pittsburgh winning the Stanley Cup.
And how is
That is special.
Is Hughes any
That
different? Yeah.
That is, you know, I'd say so. Yeah, I would.
He's special until like. Listen, I'm not going to back down from this thing. I won't.
You know what's special, Trent? Fourth seed Pittsburgh Penguins 2016 Stanley Cup Finals.
Quinn Hughes is really special.
Back-to-back cups is special.
Quinn Hughes.
No, it's not. No,
Great.
not in the context we're talking about. We're talking about a team coming together in a.
I'll say the
scenario.
Blue Jackets sweeping the Lightning last year was something special.
That was something fucking special.
Yeah, thank you for pandering to me. I appreciate that. But like, if we take into
It's
account,
special if they don't win the cup.
I think they have some. Okay, it's special.
Is that still special? Like,
They-
how loose are we with special? Is this like a participation trophy? Like everyone's fucking special?
No, it's a connection.
That's kind of what it sounds like at this point.
Hold on.
Like,
We were just
Oh, that's
talking
so
off air.
special.
Hold on. We were just talking off air about how anytime we had money riding on the Canucks, they came.
I don't want this off air. I want this on air. I
I
bet on
do
the
too.
Canucks every single.
That is something special. If a team comes through when you need them the
I
most,
don't think that's special. I think they're just like clutch for me. Just because I
which is
bet on
special.
them.
Okay. Nah, that's special. If the team makes it happen, you who's not special, the fucking Pens. Fuck them still for that.
Whoa!
It's a terrible
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
They owe me
Missiles
so
are
much
in.
money. They owe me so much money.
Trent, how do you feel in the past? You got Avs winning this Stanley Cup in 2000? Was it 2001 or 2002?
We want to know one.
20 years. I mean, this is the Avs year, in my opinion. How do
It's
you
just
feel?
he's a little drunk. He's baiting it. I love it. He brought up a cup and then just point
I'm going
blank.
full wedding body shop, so I'm like eating almonds right now instead of a cheeseburger.
Yo, let's go.
Jesus.
So how do you feel, Trent?
Um,
Like quick 3-minute session with you.
Well, on the note of special, I think special is a very worthy connotation that you don't just sling around.
I'm not.
I think if it's you just said Quinn Hughes is special because he's on a good team.
He
They
is
haven't done
a
any-
generational talent. Whatever.
He's not going to win the Calder Trophy. Do you know why?
He's not nominated for it. I get it. But
He is nominated for it, but you know who's going to beat him?
he's going to be.
Cale Makar. Cale
Oh.
Makar is going to beat him.
Oh,
Right. That's how it works. You don't know who's special? Cale Makar. Is he special, though? I don't know. We'll
so
find out.
this is what we're getting at: is you have an inferiority complex that no other defenseman in the West can be good. Okay, now I'm glad we dug into that.
No, I didn't say that.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, that's not what I said.
Are you confident in your goalkeeping situation going forward, Trent? Do you think these guys can bring it home? I'd
Two
be a little
guys who have
nervous.
played lights out?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I think when the lights are really hot, I don't know if I'm coming to these guys. But that's fine. It's whatever.
Holy fuck. 3-0 Vancouver.
I don't know.
Fired.
Oh, a little something special, huh, Austin?
That was a special goal right there. Holy fuck.
Like, I guess it all kind of depends on something like our definition of special. When I think of special, I think of the Los Angeles Kings versus the Rangers. What was it, 2014?
I don't have to do it
When-
JT like that.
Huh?
Wait, time out. Trent, can I interrupt? So
Yes.
you're basically putting pressure on the Avs,
What a goal.
saying that if they don't win,
Good goal.
then they're just not special, right? Like if they win, great, they were supposed to win, but if they lose, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin, let's title this episode something special.
Something special, yeah, exactly.
I mean, you got Grant handing out fucking trophies like the YMCA. I disagree. I think if the Avs go forward, then yeah, I think we're a very special team. If we don't, though, which is a possibility, then obviously we weren't cut out for it. I don't think that's gonna happen. But granted, I'm biased, so we're gonna find out. You know what I mean? Like,
That's fair. I
I don't
understand.
know. You can't just sling out the special title to just fucking anybody. Like,
I'm
special
not.
is like
I'm
an
not.
earned.
It's good to be on the
You're trying
forefront
to
of it.
fucking hand it to Anne Frank because she was blind, dude. Like, Mark Messier.
I think you're
Mark
confusing
Messier.
Anne Frank with yeah, hold on. Who's Trent confusing Anne Frank with?
I'm not sure. But
Who's the
anyways,
blind and deaf?
Mark
This is a very common. This is a very common occurrence. Who's
What
the chick
is?
that was-
Helen Keller.
Yes, you're confusing Anne Frank with Helen Keller.
Is this what you're talking about,
no, I'm
Trent?
not.
Yes, you are. You said Helen Keller was blind. She
No, I'm not.
wasn't blind.
I'm not talking about being blind.
You literally said.
This is going off the rails here, boys. this is going off the rails.
I'm not talking about a girl being blind. I'm talking about Anne Frank, who wrote the book about the Holocaust. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Yes.
now you're
Yes.
talking about. You did say blind. You said blind. Austin, am I wrong?
I can't. I'm not. I don't know. I honestly.
Okay.
I was watching the Canucks. All right.
You were watching
You
a special
meant
team.
loose knuckles, Austin.
Hey, they're on the power play.
Yeah, they'll probably score because they're a good team.
They're so special. They're so
They're
special.
a special team.
They're a
Okay,
special team.
here I am riding the Canucks, dude. All right, let's do it, dude.
Oh, holy fuck.
For the record, I didn't get confused on Anne Frank and Helen Keller.
You 100% did. We'll run that shit
No,
back.
I did not. You
Hey,
100% got confused.
It's on the recording.
On the
I'll go
def-
back
Okay.
and we'll see.
Okay, all right.
You 100% got confused on the definition of special, YMCA. Anyways, I'm gonna keep calling you that, by the way.
And hey,
That's
the
what I
Canucks
worked
did
out.
score. It's 4-0.
Holy
What
shit.
am I doing?
Huh?
Just keep, I'm all here for it.
Hey, Dustin Johnson's wife.
They are pulling the goalie. The Blues are.
You know, Mitch actually had a good question, and then Grant just wouldn't shut up. So,
Mitch, what was your question?
I can't remember.
no, they're not. Real quick, before we go to closing thoughts, are the Canucks gonna beat the Golden Knights? Mitchell.
Yes.
I said
Canucks
Mitchell.
beat the Golden Knights. Yes. 100. Wait, no. The Knights. What'd you say? Canucks or Canucks versus Blues or Canucks versus Knights?
Nice.
Canucks versus Knights.
No, Knights. Knights are winning in 7.
There's no honor in that.
Grant.
Hey, give me the Nucks.
In what?
Austin.
4. Fuck it.
In 4. Holy.
Why not?
Game 6. The Knights.
I will put my Knights in 7 versus your Nucks in 4 any day.
Well, yeah, that's a smarter bet.
All right, I'm gonna go Canucks in 7.
Oh,
Ooh.
well, thanks,
So we have
sir.
2 for Knights, 2 for Nucks. All right.
We have
All right.
One for very.
Wait. Can we get Grant's opinion on the stock market real quick?
Jesus.
No, not this
No,
show.
no.
Lost with Austin
Kidding,
Cara.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Final
Keep
thoughts?
that in. That was funny. That was very funny. In Mitch's way of doing dry humor, that was very funny.
Except if you would have started talking about it, we would have continued. Final thoughts with Austin Cara.
Great first round here. Looking forward to seeing what happens next. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Can I expand on that, Austin? As there's three guys.
Yeah,
here
sure. Of course you can, Grant. Expand on that. Yeah.
No, you'll like this. Trent. Jesus, have a little confidence in your line mate. Three guys here that like our favorite team's not in it. I think this year more than most, and whether it's because I've been so starved for hockey, I'm very excited to continually watch the playoffs. Where in maybe years past when the Jackets have been bounced, I kind of disassociate with hockey a little bit. Like this year,
I
more
agree.
than any, I am really interested to see how this plays out. And that might just because I got like you guys like interested and we're hanging out, but I do think there's something to be said. What Trent said earlier, there's hockey in August. Let's savor it.
I agree. It's a blessing, and I'll take it. I'll take all the hockey I can get, to be honest. So I am thoroughly excited to see what's in store in round 2.
See, that was a very nice. That was a very nice expansion. When we talked through that, that was very nice.
Yes, it
Mitchell?
was.
Hey, I'll leave it at this. If we can make football season end when hockey season starts, and hockey season ends when football season starts, I'll be a happy fucking brother.
Okay, he's a very happy thought.
Final thoughts with me. I'll say this. I don't think I've seen. I said this to my dad. I don't really remember the Avs in 2001. I was too young. I was like 7, 8 years old. Yeah, it's hard to remember. I don't remember a better Colorado Avalanche team than the one they have right now.
Sure.
So if we lost in the second round to the Dallas Stars, it would be a disappointment. I really hope that this is.
Hot take.
I don't want to say this is our year. We may still be.
No, it's the Avs year.
I don't know.
It's the Avs year. The Avs year.
I don't think it might not be, dude.
The Avs are special, dude.
They have a shot at it being the Avs year.
Mitch, would you say the Avs are a special team?
They're special.
They're a special team. Austin
You
also.
They're fast. They're super fast.
They're so fast. It's a fast league. No, Trent, let's talk. You don't understand. It's such a fast
You can't
league.
say they're special until they're special. They're not special yet.
It's such a fast
Special
league.
when they win.
They have Cale McCarr and Nathan McKinnon. That's a special
So fast.
organizations.
Do you know what that's
Tried
called?
for years.
That's called fast. It's called fast. Do you know what
And it's a
special is?
fast
Winning.
league. Mm-hmm.
It is a fast league.
They win
and
pretty
we're
well.
fast.
Yeah.
But do you know what special is? Special is winning the cup.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, it is pretty special.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah,
Fine.
that's the most special. So when that happens,
I think
we can say there's.
you have to be able to see it to fruition. You have to dream to imagine. And yeah.
Well, I'm just a fan, and I'm not a fucking psycho, so I hope they win, but it's not going to ruin my day either. You know what I mean?
I'm glad I've grown past that. I'm glad I've grown past that. 4 years ago, I was
Trent,
not that way.
honestly, dude, like when the Steelers lost in 2004 against the Patriots, I was crushed.
And
What was that year against Tebow?
Ah, Jesus.
13.
Yeah, I think it was.
I thought it was 15.
No, it was 13.
I was still in high school.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
We're not going
Later,
football.
yeah.
Anyways,
do I think the Avs are special? No, not yet. Do I think they're
I
extremely
think they're
fast
special.
and talented? Yes, absolutely. It would be a disappointment for this team that I've seen to lose against the Stars. I think it's the best Avs team we've had that I've known since I've been alive. So we'll see what happens. My final thought.
Can I get let me get your take on the your picks on the second round real quick. East and West, go.
You want mine?
Yep,
Right.
series. Yep, series winners, go.
Series winners are going to be Avs and Knights. And then you got Flyers versus Islanders and Bruins versus Tampa.
Yep.
Okay, so Avs, Knights, Islanders, and Lightning.
Really?
I agree.
I think the Bruins beat the Lightning, but that's just me. I like the Islanders. I like my special Canucks too. Think of how special the Western Conference Finals as Nucks.
You think about how
Super
soft.
special.
If you coach a youth hockey team, my youth hockey team would beat the shit out of your youth hockey team. You know why? Because
I can't skate. And I can't coach with the guys. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you think everyone is special. My youth hockey team would beat the shit out of your youth hockey team because you think everyone is special.
You've
why.
grown to become everything you've hated, Trent.
Trent, game 7.
You fucking
Trent.
YMCA whiny ass little bitch. Yeah.
Trent, game 7. Nucks versus Avs. JT Miller, game winner in 7 overtimes. Sends him to the Stanley Cup.
All right.
Play more hockey.
We're not even playing the Nucks.
Hypothetical, man.
All right. Is there any other closing thoughts before we end this?
Close it.
All right. Thank
That's
you
it.
for tuning into Lunch Pail Hockey.
My youth hockey team would beat the
This
shit out of Grant.
episode is brought to you by the word special, and we'll catch you guys next time.